What's up, my boomers? It's me, Melanie Mac, here on my new channel, Melanie Mac Go Boom. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I'm like stumbling on my words already. Okay, well, I'm very stoked and excited because I just found out this morning that I advanced to the third round of the G Fuel Madness competition going on that they had like a bunch of us creators participate in to try to win our own shaker cup and other prizes and things like that. So I'm so excited I made it. I told you guys I only needed your help for the first 2 rounds and then it was all on me from there, and y'all did it. So thank you so much to everybody who, used my promo code on G Fuel to help get me this far. I'm in the top 16, which is mind-blowing. Now it's all on me, so I can't let y'all down. But anyway, my code is still good for 30% off, so if anybody else does want to get some G Fuel and save some monies, you can do that. But with your help, I already advanced this far. So now my next assignment is to create 3 gifts using like G Fuel. Then we'll all be judged on the quality of the gifts and if they're good and funny and all that kind of stuff. So I'm already like racking my brain to get creative with that. I have a couple days or so, or I have until Tuesday to do that. So I'll let y'all know when I tweet those out if you want to like them and all that kind of stuff if you're already on Twitter. I would appreciate it. You don't have to. I'm not judged based on likes or anything, but still, it makes me happy. So anyway, I'll be posting those soon. I'm excited. But today, oh my gosh. It's funny because I haven't even been on the internet until like noon today. I was just like, I needed a break from things. I got so much hate from my tweet I made, yesterday or the day before. It was like late at night. It was like almost midnight or something like that when I made it. About the Elden Ring tweet. I mentioned it in yesterday's video. Where I just said playing Elden Ring makes you never want to play another AAA hand-holding glorified walking simulator with fancy cutscenes thrown in ever again. That tweet went viral. It's at like 30,000 likes almost by the time I checked this or I'm recording this. And it got a lot of backlash and I wasn't even expecting it. I just thought, oh, this is my gaming opinion. I'm not even talking about social issues, but oh my gosh. Most people agreed. That's why it had such good traction. But there were some people that got so mad, or they're thinking it's directed at XYZ game when it wasn't even particularly about that game or another game. So it's like, if you're going to blame it on that and apply it to that game, then you think that game is like that. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't even specifically mention a game. I'll tell you, though, when I tweet stuff like that, I'm probably thinking of Reboot Tomb Raider because I'm very salty about Tomb Raider changing from its, previous original puzzle-based gameplay and platforming-based acrobatics that actually took, thinking to do instead of what we have with, hints all over the place and the most redeeming part of it being cutscenes. Some people also thought that I was bashing narrative-based games when I said this, and I wasn't. I was just, the reason why I even mentioned throwing in fancy cutscenes is that for a lot of Western-based games especially, that's the only redeeming quality. And I do think that games do spam too many cutscenes these days. I would rather them tone them down. Thinking of something like Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I love that game, and it is a very narrative heavy game, and there's a lot you can read with character dialogue, and you can get a lot of extra stuff in there narrative wise if you want to do so. But I mean, what makes Fire Emblem 3 Houses so good really is the gameplay more than anything else, especially if you're playing on classic mode and have those permadeaths and all that kind of stuff. Then yeah. And there is more you can dive into narrative-wise, but I like that the cutscenes, they aren't all the time. It's like they're sprinkled in there when needed. But anyway, I could go on and on about this, but let me go ahead. Somebody got really butthurt about this and tried to cancel me. What else is new? So by the time I already saw this, it's at like, I don't know, almost 100 likes. They quote tweeted my tweet here. First of all, this account is... isn't this guy on Breaking Bad, this actor guy? So they're using a character from Breaking Bad, I think, 300 follows. they managed to accumulate. I don't know how, but some of them might be bots. Who knows? But anyway, they made this tweet. Quote tweeted me and says, "Lives in Texas, is a streamer and stands Japan from software." Okay, what's wrong with me standing Japan? I like Japanese media. I think Japan does better than the West. I like anime better than most anything we see on TV from the West and Hollywood and all that stuff. And yeah, From Software actually makes great games. I don't know, but unsurprisingly, all the red flags were there. So I guess okay, so this is already starting out pretty racist. People still fell for this bait. Then they tagged G Fuel to try to get me to lose my sponsorship. And they forged fake tweets, okay? I'm like debating if I even want to click on them. These are the two like racist ones. If you want to see them, you can't. They're not even real. Someone just inspected Element or did whatever you do to do that. I don't know how they forged these, but they did. But here's one of them. I'll just read this one. And this one actually looks like something I would have tweeted. So it's like they threw one in there that sounds like something I would have tweeted just to try to make the other ones believable, I guess. But it says, "Seeing SJWs getting butthurt over pixel titties will never be not funny. Cry face, cry face." Okay, first of all, the obvious racist ones are things I would never say. My mom would backhand me, and rightfully so. One of them mentioned, I don't know, it's just stupid. You can check them out if you want later. But obviously they're fake. You can look at my tweet history. You can search it on Twitter or use archive.org or Wayback Machine or whatever if you think I deleted them. But they never existed. But this one I kind of want to tweet now. But the amount of people who actually believed it, I'm going to say, I tried to report this tweet because it's fake. But they still didn't do it. Twitter isn't doing anything about it. So apparently you can forge tweets, and that's fine. But anyway, this guy goes, "I knew I sent something off about her from her tweet." And they tagged, I guess, somebody who was following me. Well, this guy blocked me after seeing that, so I'm guessing he believed it. And then I said, "They're fake tweets." I never said any of that. Search on archive.org, dude. I sincerely hope so. Well, just have a look, my dude. Maybe don't fall for something you see off the bat. Well, then I said that, and then someone goes, "How do people have so little to do that this is their life? Make up crap to try and cause someone hate." And then Thor says, "Get a life. These are so fake, it's not even funny. Basically zero interaction on the first two, which her obsessive fans would never allow. Lol, she's not a racist. This is her life you're effing with. Grow up." And I got Rye here. What a bunch of fake screenshot BS. Given how big her Twitter following has been for almost a decade, she would have had way more retweets and quote tweets than the fake crap you put in. If she had ever said that. Fake account, fake tweets, go touch grass. Yeah, so a lot of people though fell for this crap. I'm gonna guess that most of the people who fell for this weren't actually followers of mine, except that one guy who blocked me. Because I mean, you would just know. Oh, and this one says, "Guess Resident Evil isn't a walking sim with fancy cutscenes." Now, this is fair criticism. If you want to quote tweet with this and you think this is fair criticism, okay, that's fair criticism. If you think Village is a walking sim with fancy cutscenes thrown in, I don't agree with that, but hey, that's fair criticism. What I like a lot about Resident Evil Village and stuff is there's still puzzles and things to do. The Resident Evil Village doesn't hold your hand. Resident Evil Village doesn't tell you every little thing you can do. You're dropped in and you actually have opportunities to use your brain in that game. But hey, again, that's fair. You're allowed to criticize that. That's fine. But it's the making up the fake tweets that is just a joke. And this isn't the first time he's done it. He's done it to this guy here. And people keep falling for it. Now, I tried to get to the root of the problem here and why he was so mad and so triggered by my Elden Ring tweet. For some reason, having opinion on video games will trigger people. And it looks like he is, hold on, he's got a lot of retweets here. It looks like he's a Horizon fan, because I saw a tweet. I can't even find it, dude. But at any rate, it looks like he's a Horizon fan. And I'm guessing he thought this was a jab. They think this is a jab at Horizon, Zero Dawn or Forbidden West or whatever. I haven't played Forbidden West, so I can't judge that yet. I platinumed Zero Dawn, and I really liked that game. Now, I do have some criticisms and all that kind of stuff that I've shared, but I did really like that game and platinumed it. I will probably be platinuming Forbidden West as well, even though, again, I still have some issues with it. I do think that it does somewhat fall under the hand-holdy side of things, though I do believe there is an exploration mode or whatever to turn some of that stuff off, which I will be doing. And I do think that after playing Elden Ring, I do wish I started Forbidden West first, because after playing Elden Ring, it's gonna make Forbidden West not seem as good. I mean, what anything following Elden Ring, in my opinion, is going to feel inferior for the most part. So I do wish I started first, but this was not even a jab at Horizon. Granted, that developer saying what he did does, like, make me want to facepalm. But yeah, if somebody thinks this is directed at their faves, then clearly they think their faves are glorified walking simulators with fancy cutscenes thrown in for good measure. I mean, that's kind of on them. That's their projecting, not me. I do think a lot of Western devs, yeah, they do that. They just want to throw in fancy cutscenes and stuff, and there's no substance beyond that. And that's why I think especially Japan makes better games, for the most part, with rare exception. But that's my opinion. And it made people mad. So anyway, let me go ahead and get to some comments. This one is from Cadwin. Says, this channel has grown as it has for a couple of reasons, my dear friend. I shall list what comes to my humble mind. 1, captions and topics are spicy but not clickbait. I'm glad you appreciate that, because I try to find that healthy balance between, okay, I need a spicy headline that's going to make people click, but I don't want it to be misleading either. So yeah, sometimes it might sound a little, it might sound a little spicy, but at no point do I ever want to clickbait or mislead people into thinking I'm, into any of my content. So I try. Thank you. 2, you don't bend the knee to corporate propaganda and woke mafia. Thank you. 3, you are a legit gamer, not a fake super fan. Thank you. 4, you have the presence of mind and understanding of how things are becoming and where there should be a line. Thank you again. And 5, it helps that you are pleasing to the eye. Thank you so much. It's so nice of you. All right, next comment. Karate Cowboy says, loading up Lara with a bat belt full of them toys goes against her nature. Lara was created in the 90s, but really is a child of the 80s in the spirit of Indiana Jones. Wit, weapons, a little luck, and that leather jacket are all you need. And I agree 1,000%. I think adding all the tech gadgets and that kind of thing is not really in the spirit of Lara Croft. It's like a new thing the movies tried to do, and they did it later, but it goes against Lara's character, in my opinion. She's not like a tech-savvy person. She's a very hands-on, get your hands dirty. I would picture Lara as someone who doesn't like technology more than anything else. I could see her trying to operate a phone and throwing it against the wall and breaking it. That's how I picture Lara Croft would truly be. All right, Chambered says, if I'm going to pay a lot of money on a game, I want my money's worth. Making things easy so you're done with a game in a day, isn't that a waste of money compared to spending a week or two to beat a game like Dark Souls? I agree. I like games that I can put a lot of time into. That's why I like open world games a lot when they're done right, because I can put a lot of time into them. I don't like those super quick games that I'll play once and never want to ever play again. Where I could get almost the same experience just by watching YouTube videos. All right, Vi the Piltover Enforcer says, it's hysterical watching the liberals that fought for female empowerment become the conservatives that they fought against. That's how I feel about the extremists, for sure. Now, it's funny because a lot of people I'm not been that political in so long. I've like I said, I've said it in the past. I voted once in my entire life. And that was like right when I was the age I was able to vote. So it's been ages ago. And at the time I voted for John McCain. And after that, I was just like, I quit because first of all, I don't think that our votes count or they're real. Now I might vote this next election just for whatever reason, just in case, but I don't think that our votes even really count. I feel like it's all like a system, man. Like the politicians are puppets to like the elites, and they choose who makes it. I'll still vote next time anyway. But at any rate, yeah, at one point I did that time. Then later I started getting a little more to the left, and then I started thinking, because there were some things with like the extreme conservatives from back in the day that I didn't like. And so now if people call me conservative, which I'm a libertarian, but people will call me conservative all the time. And there are times where initially I was like, wait a minute, no, because I get that bad taste in my mouth because I think of like how conservatives used to be a lot more forceful with their opinions, I guess, and were less about, just, hey, whatever works for you, man, type thing. And then now I really think about it. I'm like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm a little more conservative than I thought. But that's because conservatives now are a lot more, they're a lot more tolerant than extreme liberals are now. So it's funny how that really shifted. All right, next up, Malfredo El Grande says, Dark Souls humbles people. You have no idea how loud I laughed when I heard that. The truth. Also, don't forget about Sekiro. That game humbled even some Soulsborne veterans. I'm gonna play that. I want to go into like a Soulsborne marathon after I beat Elden Ring. After I beat my backlog, I'm gonna do that. Because I haven't played Sekiro. I played like Dark Souls 1 and 2. But I want to play more now after Elden Ring. The White Trash Panda says, final thoughts. Longer videos are better. Screw the haters. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy. I sometimes feel like my long videos, when I make a really long video, sometimes I feel bad. Like, oh, crap. And I don't know how many people enjoy the longer videos, but I do enjoy them, especially on topics I have a lot of stuff to say. This is my social interaction for the day, dude. I need to get words out. C Gamer says, congrats on your subscriber count. I added myself to that list. Thank you so much. It's so nice of you. All right. And that's it for the comments. Now let me go ahead and go to the verse of the day, because this reminded me of this verse, all this stuff going on, and people who making fake screenshots, people who try to slander me, they try to ruin my livelihood, all that kind of stuff. Hey, I wouldn't want to be them. Let me read why. All right, so Proverbs 26:20 through 28 says, without wood, a fire goes out. Without a gossip, a quarrel dies down. As charcoal to embers and as wood to fire, so is a quarrelsome person for kindling strife. The words of a gossip are like choice morsels. They go down to the inmost parts. Like a coating of silver dross on earthenware are fervent lips with an evil heart. Enemies disguise themselves with their lips, but in their hearts they harbor deceit. And this is why one reason why I have a lot of issue with like the woke movement is that they do disguise themselves as good, but they really are deceitful and malicious. Not all of them, but a lot of them are, and they manipulate a lot of people into the movement as a result through that. Though their speech is charming, do not believe them. For 7 abominations fill their hearts. Their malice may be concealed by deception, but their wickedness will be exposed in the assembly. Whoever digs a pit will fall into it. If someone rolls a stone, it will roll back on them. A lying tongue hates those it hurts, and a flattering mouth works ruin. So yeah, I just thought that was relevant to talk about today. I don't even need to elaborate on that. It just speaks for itself. But anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out with me today on this video. Thankfully, no harm was befelled on me from this slander campaign and all that kind of stuff. most people knew it was fake. And I haven't had any loss from that. But thank you again, everybody, for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And in the meantime, go boom.